Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much.
Hold on to your touch.
Yeah. I don't know if I can blow out 90 candles in that. Good idea. Anybody have any input from the tables? Or questions?
I do, about the table. Speaking of Edelweiss, we didn't have Edelweiss, but all the flowers are from around Dad's house.
And the kids picked them, and
Wow.
and Katie picked them this morning to have them here this afternoon. And you can hardly tell this any are gone. So they are blooming. So we're glad for that. Thank you all for doing that. Any other questions or input from the kids?
Bob, you look great. I'll tell you, you look great. You look anywhere near that. Keep going, buddy.
Thank you. You're very kind.
I would just like to say that our granddaughter and I had a real Kodak experience with you, attending some of your butterfly presentations. That was absolutely wonderful. I'd never actually seen the butterfly come out of the chrysalis, but thanks to you and your wonderful setup, it was absolutely perfect.
Oh, great.
And neither one of us will ever forget that.
Good, good,
Great
good.
fun.
And monarchs are especially good for that. If you get caterpillar off of the milkweed, and it doesn't take long, they go through the cycle pretty quickly. They go to the chrysalis and then the hatch of the adult. And it's really fun to watch. And if you've got kids, grandkids, or yourself who hasn't been through that, I recommend it. Any other?
Yeah, I got some thoughts.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say that I own a farm on Big Island, and every summer and spring, I could always count on Bob being out there. I couldn't kill the milkweed because he'd come out and check. And let him grow.
Thank you, thank you.
Bob, we would like to know, as your former students, do you still have Bill's placenta?
I have to interrupt and tell you a funny story about it. I didn't know that he had it, and that it existed until I was in advanced biology class. And we're going through whatever, and I,
He was
took the
very
notes
proud
as you're
of it.
supposed to do. And Dad comes over and he whispers in my ear and he goes, "That's yours." And I was like, what's mine? That placenta. Placenta. So, it was very awkward, first of all, plastic full of tears. And then it was sort of like well, how you been? We spent a lot of time together. I'm sorry I lost touch. I did. So anyway, it was very funny. But yes, I am curious. What happened?
It's probably in the basement.
It probably is.
We'll be reunited.
I just want to say, every time I drive through on Blackhawk Road and go through Blackhawk State Park, I say, thank you, God, for Bob Motz, because you preserved that for all of us here in the Quad Cities. Otherwise, the state would have taken it over, and it would have been 4 lanes, and it's a total mess. So thank you, Bob, for all of your efforts in maintaining that for us.
4 lanes and a median. Yeah, I'm so glad that's not through the park.
That's right. Oh.
Yeah, and I wasn't alone in that, but I was very involved.
Okay, can you still do the bird calls?
No, I don't. I used to, but I don't.
Okay.
Any others?
Blue Jay, Blue Jay.
I heard that you got a chance to go to Mexico to see all the butterflies. Do you have any remembrances that you could share with us from that experience?
The wintertime, our monarchs migrate, many of them to Mexico. And if you haven't been there in wintertime, that's a great time to go because you see all these flocks of monarchs on the trees in Mexico. And if it's a warm day, 50 degrees plus, you see them fly out of those trees, and that's a cloud of thousands, and it's spectacular. So, yeah, you might want to try that sometime for a trip.
It's not.
How did you get permission to do that?
I didn't collect any there. I just watched them.
I thought it was very limited access.
Oh, not at the time I went. I mean, you. 23.
I want to say I was a student teacher of Bob's in 1986. My name is Kurt Kreider. Went to Augustana College. My wife Jenny is an Augie grad. She's with us. I just retired 5 years ago from being a biology teacher in DeWitt in anatomy and physiology. But I remember as a young guy thinking, oh gosh, I really don't want to get up at 6 o'clock and go to Blackhawk and meet the kids and go on a wildflower walk and watch birds, you know, too good for that. And then I spent 25 years in the classroom doing the same thing with our kids. And I was just held a retreat on the Iowa side this week, spring wildflowers and migratory birds. And I mentioned Bob in my presentation as being the inspiration for me doing it. And I could see somebody shaking their head, and she said that there was a birthday party today. So I got the I got the information this morning, and I said, Jenny, let's go over and say hello to Bob. And I
really appreciate your being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Anything
How many
else?
of us students remember those walks?
Let's go this way. Okay.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I remember the walks and the bird watches from your back seat.
Thank you. I'm glad. Do you remember any of the birds or wildflowers now?
Oh, I like he's standing in front of you. I will let you know that my daughter took biology, was in that room, and I had to go for a parent-teacher conference, and I'm like, I don't know if I can be in this room without Mr. Motz.
Oh, thank you.
I remember the quail hatching, the quail eggs, and you'd hold them and they'd go beep, 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 and you put them down, they go beep, beep, beep.
And your daughter, Lisa especially, raised quail
So many, yeah, our kids, our grandkids, the same, yeah, everything.
in an incubator, raising them and then raising them after they hatched.
Yeah.
They can take care of themselves day one, as far as finding food and such, so that's neat.
I don't know, I've been sitting up there guarding the door or whatever, so I don't know what's been said, but I don't know, I'm here talking about all the wildlife and all the wonderful things that he's taught. We go back to tennis days, back when Bob was the coach of the boys team at Rocky, but also he and Warren Heimbeck ran the summer tennis program in Rock Island. And I learned to play then, and I didn't cover the court as much then as I do now. But had I started earlier, I think I would have been a lot better. But we actually had some tennis scholarships earned, and I think back in the days, and we're talking in the early '60s, if we had had state championships, Rocky, both boys and girls, would have won state championships, and largely due to Bob and his tennis efforts.
Thank you very much.
When I had you for biology, you had a little monkey. You carried him around in your
Squirrel monkey called Jake,
Hey, you
And,
carry it around in your pocket.
I took Jake to open houses and such, had him on my shoulder, but went away one summer and let a student take care of him who wanted to, and that student mom wouldn't let him keep it inside and it died outside. Lost Jake.
Oh, okay, so back in 1996, I was wanting to take a sabbatical to Australia, which I'd never been to before that. And I had to find a replacement to teach general botany, which was a course I taught most of the 3 quarters. We were still in the quarter system back then at Augustana. And so I picked on Bob until he finally said, okay, I'll do it. So he taught general botany for me for that term, spring term. That was many years ago. I've been retired now for, 9 years. And you stepped in, you might remember that.
I do.
Okay.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Well, good. So I think maybe that was the only class you taught at Augustana as a substitute?
No, I also taught for future student teachers who were going into teaching.
Good. I'm sure they got to have good
Methods of teaching.
Actually, now I do remember that you did that.
Yeah.
But for that term, he taught general botany for me. And I was starting to sweat a little bit because if I didn't find, or we didn't find somebody to do it, then it would have been a little bit dicey. My wife didn't appreciate it too much because that was our wedding anniversary in March of that year. And so I had to call her that night from halfway around the world, you know. But she put up with it in good humor. So thank you again, Bob, for taking it and helping me out. Thank you.
And I appreciate your leading like the botany walk at Blackhawk tomorrow.
Absolutely, and I'll plan to do it again and again.
Thank you.
Okay, Bob. All right. So I student taught for Bob in 1966. I know I'm not that old, but I did. In any case, at Augustana, then you only taught for half a day, and then you had classes the rest of the day. At least now you're with the teacher all day. All right, so I had Bio 1 and Bio 2. And Bio 2, for those of you that had it, that was the time you did the fetal pig. Okay, so I helped with all those labs, but Bob was the tennis coach. So it came time for the test. The fetal pig test. And he gave me all the cards and said, here are the pigs, I have to go coach. So there I was as a student teacher setting up that lab until it was, I don't know, he came back from coaching, and then I think you probably helped me finish it up. Fortunately, he gave me a ride back to Augustana. I taught at Rocky, I student taught without a car. So I either walked, took a cab, or hitched a ride with my teacher. Okay. So he brought me back, but we got back to the dorm so late that back then there weren't many options on food. Okay, and it was too late, the cafeteria was closed. And luckily I had stolen a banana at breakfast, because that was my supper. I was too poor to go out and buy any other food. But by gum, we got that lab set up. And then I never thought this when I was his student teacher, that eventually I would be back at Rocky and we would be in opposite each other in the hallway. 310? You were 310? Yeah, no, your room. I was 309. I think you were 310. So we were right across from each other, watching students go by and whatever. But we had a great time. And he was a great mentor, helping me when I first started teaching too. So kudos, Bob.
And the students love Janet as a teacher. She was right across the hall from me. So 321 is what that room became. It changed the numbers over the years.
Not in our minds.
Anything else? Goodness. Okay, then go ahead and enjoy.
Can I share?
Oh, sure.
I went to a Bible study that was held out of Bob's home, and we're talking 30 years ago. And he allowed a house full of youth to come in, sit down, sing praise and worship music, and read verses from the Bible. And it just so happened, it seemed like a lot of that youth was trying to find a place in their life where maybe they felt welcomed, needed, wanted, just wanted it to be accepted, or just felt like they had a group of friends. And Bob opened up his home so lovingly, weekly, to all of us, and what a transformation it was for so many. And so many of those people in the youth Bible study remain friends today, lifetime friends. And so, Bob, I can't thank you enough for that.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. A great group.
Yes, it was.
Have I got them all now? Okay, thanks much and enjoy your refreshments. Some good refreshments, and I see some tables that don't have them yet. So go back here and get some refreshments. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it.